Hello students, welcome to a lesson through the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher, and in this lockdown period, since we are not able to go to school children, we will be doing many lessons here online through the virtual class. So come on, let's proceed to our lesson for today.
So children, let us begin with a lesson in standard 9th, and the subject will be English. And today we will start the last lesson in unit 2. Okay, so today we will do lesson number 2.6, that is the past in the present. Now children, we have completed almost 6 and 6 lessons in both the units. So from the next unit onwards, we will be starting with the third unit in our textbook, which will go into the second term. So as far as the first term is concerned, this will be our last lesson. But of course, we are going to do many more videos based on this lesson also, and based on some grammar part that we might have left out. Okay, now this lesson children is a little different from the other lessons that we have been studying in the 2 units, but it is not as if it is something new for you. Now this lesson children is a lesson based on drama, okay, or it is a kind of a play, you can say. Now whenever you learn lessons in English, we either do lessons which are prose or we do lessons which are poetry. So these are the different type of texts in English. So you can either have a prose or you can have a poetry, or you can have drama, or you can have plays. Okay, so all the texts that we have been doing till now in this standard have been either poetry or they have been prose. So this is the first kind of lesson which will deal with drama. So what is a drama children? Let us see. So we have in a drama, we have dialogues, we have a stage, we have characters, etc. Whereas in a poetry, we have lines, we have verses, we have stanzas, okay? And in prose, we have sentences, we have paragraphs, etc. So what are the lessons which we have done in prose and poetry this year? Can we try and see some examples? So in poetry, we have done poems like Life. Remember the very first poem in your textbook, Life. Then we did the poem Have You Ever Seen? And then we did a poem named Invictus, and also some other poems too. And in prose children, we have done lessons like Synopsis, okay, The Necklace, which was in 2 parts and it was a beautiful story. Okay, we also have done a lesson which was called The Fall of Troy, which was again a beautiful story. So we know what kind of lessons make up poetry and what kind of lessons make up prose. Now, which is the third angle to the texts in studying English? It is drama. Alright, so now what is a drama? We also call dramas as plays, and in Hindi or Marathi we call it as a natak. Okay, so what is this drama? Let us try to analyze what is the meaning of drama, what may be the components or parts of a drama. Okay, and then we will go to our lesson today, which is a type of drama, or you can call it as a play. And now these, sometimes you will see children, there are some plays in your textbook that we enact in the class. So when you have plays in your textbook, that gives you an opportunity to also bring out your acting talent in front of your friends and in front of your teachers. Okay, so this is one thing which drama allows you to do. It allows you to act, and it allows you to sing, and it allows you to bring out the artistic side to your personality. That is why we learn drama also as part of our textbook in English. Okay, so what is drama children? Drama is a kind of specific mode of fiction or fact which is represented by performance. So I told you, you get a chance to act, you get a chance to sing, you get a chance to dance. So you get all these opportunities to perform. When you perform, someone watches you, isn't it? So you get a chance to do some kind of performance in drama. Drama is also called as acting. People who do dramas, we call them as actors or we call them as actresses. Now, drama can be based on fiction or it can also be based on fact. Now, the drama that we have today, the one which we are going to do now, later after we read and we understand what the drama was, we will try and decide whether it is a fiction or whether it is a fact. Now, going back to the origins of this term, so the term drama, it comes from the Greek word which means action. So whenever you say drama, you always imagine people standing on stage and talking and acting and maybe singing, dancing. So basically in a drama, what do? You perform. So that is why in your textbook you always have a few lessons based on drama, so that you get a chance, you get an opportunity to perform and to make your class more lively. Isn't it? So that is the meaning of the word drama, and that is the meaning of the concept of a drama. So remember, in drama, what is the most important thing? Performance or acting is the most important thing. People play roles in drama. For example, suppose there is a drama based on the fact of the life of Shivaji Maharaj. So there will be one person, an actor, who will play Shivaji Maharaj. So he will act. He will show you that he is Shivaji Maharaj and he is doing the things which Shivaji Maharaj has supposedly done hundreds of years ago. Okay, children? So see, drama is always set on a stage. So you usually have a stage where the drama is performed. Now I say usually because sometimes we have dramas in the classroom level also, where you come out and you perform in front of your classroom, that is in front of your friends in the class, your classmates. Nowadays, children, people are doing dramas even on streets. Okay, so those are called as street plays. Pathanatya people call it. Okay, so these kind of things are also there, but basically to perform a drama, you need to have a stage. You need to have a place from where you can demonstrate or you can perform. Alright, now moving on, let us see what could be the types of a drama. So today's video, children, will be devoted to understanding more about drama, and also we will see what the drama or what the story of this particular drama that we have today is. So drama can be of different types. So now I want you to think of a drama like you think of a movie. So movies also can be of many types. You can have a comedy movie, you can have a fantasy movie. Now if you talk about Hindi movies, when you say comedy movie, you think about Golmaal, isn't it? Then you have a fantasy movie, you talk about Krish, or you talk about the superhero movies, which are all fantasies. You cannot see a Spider-Man or a Batman or a Krish around you. Then there is a farce where you make fun of someone, you make fun of a situation. Then there are folk plays, that is drama based on the life of heroes. So we just had a movie based on the life of Tanhaji, who was a great warrior during Shivaji Maharaj's time. Alright, so drama can be of different types. So let us look at them one by one quickly, okay? So there is a comedy, like I told you, which is an amusing play which makes you laugh and which has got a happy ending. So when you finish watching a comedy, you feel happy and not sad. Then you have a fantasy. Okay, so comedies have happy endings. Then you have fantasies. Now fantasy means what? Something which is make believe. Make believe means not real. Like I told you, when you watch a movie about, you watch the movie Robo also, there you can see the Robo doing so many different things, okay, dancing and singing and all that. So that is make believe. Also the movie like Batman or Spider-Man, these are all fantasy movies. Then you have a farce, that is a drama in which you make fun of something. Okay, the situation is serious, but you try to make fun of it and make it light. Then you have folk plays, like I told you, for example, all these dramas based on the life of Shivaji Maharaj or Rani Lakshmi Bai, all these are folk plays. Okay, so folk legends and folk heroes, if you have a play based on their life, then it is a folk play. What about melodrama? Now, when someone is acting very funny, or when someone tries too hard to get the attention of others, we say stop being melodramatic. So, melodramatic means when you exaggerate your emotion. Like, for example, you could silently weep, or there could just be a tear in your eye. But in case you want to show, I mean, you want to exaggerate, so instead of just shedding one tear, if you start beating yourself, and if you start screaming, and if you start yelling, and if you start rolling on the ground, then you're being melodramatic. All right, sadness is there in everyone, but the way you show the sadness, some people are very, very calm and quiet and controlled, and other people are very melodramatic. Okay, now the next one will be miracle and mystery plays. Miracle plays means plays which are based on things which might happen only if there are gods and goddesses. Okay, and mystery plays, mystery means you don't know what the end is, suspense. All right, and then you have morality plays means plays which teach you a lesson. So plays, like you have stories with a moral, so you can also have plays with a moral. So plays which try to teach you a lesson. So these children could be the various types of drama that you can perform on stage. Okay, so now let us talk about the components of a drama. So in case tomorrow you want to write a drama, your teacher tells you, okay, this is the topic, how to save yourself from the COVID-19 infection. So how will you see that you are safe during the COVID-19 pandemic? So your teacher tells you, come on, you write a drama based on this. So there are certain things that you need to write. So you need to have a title to your drama. That is, you need to have a play name to your play. After the title, first you make the title, then you start imagining what all scenes you want in your drama. That is, what all situations you want in your drama. So you will have to think about the various scenes to write as far as a drama is concerned. After you decide the scenes, then you will decide what dialogues will be told by the characters. That means you need to have dialogues, and you need to have characters also. Characters means, like for example, I told you, when there is Shivaji Maharaj, there is a play based on Shivaji Maharaj. So the person who plays Shivaji will be playing the character of Shivaji Maharaj. And finally, after all the scenes, after all the dialogues, you have the climax to your drama. Now, what is the climax? Climax here means the end of your drama. What happens towards the end of your drama? So just like a story has got an end, the drama also has got an end, which is called as the climax of the drama. Okay, children, so this was all the components of a play or a drama. Now let us talk about the characters and the story of the drama that we have to learn today. So what was the name of the lesson? Do you remember? It was past in the present. So we are going to link the past and the present. How? Through these two characters. So who are these two characters? These are the main characters in our drama. Who are they? She is Neil's mom or Neil's mother, and this is Neil. Now Neil is a teenage boy like you. Okay, and there is Neil's mother. So there are various scenes or various situations which have been created, and because of those situations you will be able to get a glimpse of the past. Whose past? In a way it is the past of Neil and Neil's mom, but generally you can say it is the past of humanity. So not only Neil and Neil's mom, but all of us also have had this kind of a past. So it is, in a way, we are trying to ascertain towards the climax how easy life is today as compared to the life which was there in the past. Okay? And remember, Neil and Neil's mom live during today's times. Today's times means they live during the modern times. So let us try to link the past with the present as far as Neil and his mom are concerned. Okay, so let us try and understand the story now. So Neil and his mom are a modern mom and son. They're living in today's times. They have all kind of modern amenities and facilities at their disposal. Their life is comparatively easy physically as far as the life of our ancestors were. Okay, so how this is presented in a drama form is what we are going to see today. So children, like I told you, suppose your teacher tells you to write a play about the COVID-19 pandemic. So you will have to think about the storyline, you will have to include characters, you will have to make people play the role of certain characters. So many things are there to be thought. So suppose your teacher has told you now to write about the life of ancient man and modern man. So think how you can write this play as an example. Okay, so you will get an idea about how to develop an idea into a play. So this is the basic idea of this play, that is a modern life versus ancient life or life of the people in ancient times. Now the scene starts with, or the play opens with, when the play opens, what happens? The curtains go apart. Okay, and you can see what is there on the stage. So as soon as the curtains rise, you will be able to see a room. And this room is extremely messy. What is the meaning of messy here? Messy means, see, things are lying around everywhere. There are clothes, there are towels thrown here and there, there are shoes, okay? Nothing is in its proper place, and the room is an entire mess. Whom does this room belong to? It belongs to Neil. It is Neil's room. And then naturally, you must have seen at home also, if you make a mess like this, who's the person who gets very angry? It's your mom, isn't it? It's your mother. She gets very upset when she looks at the mess that you have made. So similarly with Neil's mother also, his mom asked him to clean the room up. His mom tells him, okay, immediately clean this mess up. Alright? Neil has to agree that his room is really messy, and he starts about cleaning his room. After he cleans his room, he wants to go out and play with his friends, but his mom wants him to make his bed also. Now he's picked up all the things which were lying around and set them in place, but his bed is still a big mess. So Neil's mom wants him to make his bed also. Let's see how Neil reacts. Neil wants to go out and play with his friends, but his mom says, do that and you may go out. Okay, so his mom is not in a mood to listen to Neil at all. But Neil is very upset about doing the chore. He's not happy at all about cleaning his bed. He feels that he has already done so much of work. He's cleaned his room also, and apart from that, he has done some other work also. So now he thinks it is enough. He has done too much for the day, and he is very tired now. He wants to go out and play with his friends, but his mother will not hear anything. Okay, now Neil's argument is that he has already washed the dishes in the dishwasher. Now children, dishwashers don't work too much in our country. See, this is how a dishwasher works. Okay, this is a dishwasher. So it is a kind of a box in which you keep your dishes. So you must have seen that most of the dishes which are placed in the dishwasher are plates and glasses. Now, dishwashers are used commonly by people living abroad, because in our country, children, we need kadai, we need dekchi, we need bagona, we need tops in order to cook. Alright? But here in foreign countries, you will see people just bring ready-made food. They put it on their plate and they put it in the microwave oven. They heat it up and then they eat it up. So they do not have these elaborate cooking processes like bhunana, frying things, alright, deep frying things. For that you need a kadai, and a kadai obviously will not fit into a dishwasher. All right, but slowly as life is changing, you must be seeing now in the market there are so many ready to eat things, even parathas and things like sabji, malai paneer and palak paneer, things like this also you can get ready made. You have to just bring it and heat it. So maybe in future dishwashers might be used largely in our country also. So can you see how a dishwasher is working? Okay, so in a dishwasher there is an arrangement for cold water, there is an arrangement for hot water. You can add soap to it, and basically all the dishes will be cleaned like this and they will be dried. Okay, so poor Neil has done so much mehnat. See, he has washed the dishes also in the dishwasher. See, one more image of a dishwasher. See, this is a dishwasher. Can you see? So do you think the kadai or the dekchi or the bhagona that we use in Indian cooking, can it be cleaned this way? Very difficult, isn't it? We have to take a scrub and you have to scrub it really hard in order to clean it. So our vessels might not be cleaned in a dishwasher. But anyways, Neil has cleaned the dishes in a dishwasher, so he thinks that he's done lots of work and now he's not ready to make his bed. That is the time when Neil's mother decides to make him realize how difficult the life of his ancestors were. Okay, now she wants him to realize that you have such an easy life, you have to just clean your own room and you have to put dishes in the dishwasher. That is all you have done. But the life of your ancestors was so difficult, so she starts going into flashback. So she takes him to a situation where his mom takes him into the past, that is into the 1950s. And here you will see Neil's grandfather and grandfather's mom. So you will see how the clothes have changed. Alright, Neil's mom had worn jeans and top, but Neil's grandpa's mother has worn a sari. And even Neil's grandpa has not worn shorts and jeans. What has he worn? He's worn dhoti and something. He's worn a pant, pajama, and some kind of kurta. So see how the clothes also have started changing. So Neil's grandpa says to his mother, Neil's grandpa's mother also tells him to make his bed. But Neil's grandpa says, I have already watered the plants, mother. I have bought the groceries. Okay? I have cleaned the hall. I have dusted the hall. And I have also cleaned my bicycle. So he has done so much work already. But this was the 1950s. We were still a little modern, isn't it? So he realizes, Neil's mother makes him realize, see, he's done so much more work than you have. Okay, moving on. Again we go to a time where Neil's grandfather's grandfather was living. That is in the 1910s. So this is Neil's grandfather's grandfather. Look at the costume here now. What has Neil's grandfather's mother worn? So she has worn a different kind of sari altogether. And she's worn so much of jewelry, isn't it? She's got a big nose pin. And look at Neil's grandfather's grandfather. He's worn a dhoti and a kurta and a kind of a topi. So the clothes also how they go on changing. Alright? And then you will see what all work he had. He had to fill water. There were no pipelines. He had to fill water. He had to gather wood for the fire. There were no gas stoves. There were no stoves. So he had to carry. Now we have piped gas lines, isn't it? And then look at this. So that means his life was also difficult. More than that, as you go again in the previous era, that is during the 1800s, look at the clothes. And again, what difficulties these people had in their lives. You can read from the drama in your textbook. So their life was more difficult. they had to go to the forest, and they had to get water from the river, and so many other things. If you read the drama, you will come to know. Okay, so instead of going on and explaining each and every part, I hope you have understood what the main idea or the gist of this particular drama is. So how we have gone from the present into the past. So this is the same Neil, but look at how his ancestors lived and look at the difference in his life. So this is the 1500s, this is the thousands. Okay, so see the life of Neil's ancestors. Now, is it only Neil's ancestors that we are talking about? This is the ancestors who belong to all of us. So it is not only Neil's grandpa, but also your grandpa, your grandpa's grandpa, who might have led a life like this. So see their house, they hardly have something called as a house. They've arranged logs and blocks of wood and they're living there. Do they have a stove? Do they have a microwave? Nothing. Okay, they're roasting meat on open fire. And look at the way they are hunting for a living. Today you can order food online. You just dial a number and food will be available at your doorstep. But in the olden times, these poor people, they had to hunt animals, kill them, cook them and eat. Okay, at least today we do not have to hunt animals and eat them. And then you can see how they used to stitch their own clothes. So have a look at this entire picture. You can pause the video and you can take a look at this. And they used to also protect themselves from the wild animals by living in caves. And for their own entertainment, look at the last two pictures. For their own entertainment, they used to draw on the walls of these caves. Okay, they used to play out in the open. They used to play things like they used to chase each other, they used to hide and seek and play games like that. So this was the life of the people who lived before us long, long ago. What about today's life? Look at this. This is how we live our life today. We have a safe place to stay in. Okay? We have modern amenities and methods of cooking. In case you do not want to cook, you can still eat. You need not go hungry. You can play different type of games. You can sing, you can paint, you can read, you can play musical instruments, you can play online games in order to keep yourself entertained. So see, our life today has become so easy as compared to the life of ancient man. But do you think our Neil fellow is happy with all this? Not at all. He's still not convinced that he has to go and make his bed. He still feels that he needs to go out and play because he's already done so much of work. And what is his final and last wish here in this play? He wants to buy himself a robot, or he wishes that he has a robot who will help him to do all the work that his mother tells him to do. And this is a time when the curtains fall. What is the meaning of curtains falling? Curtains falling means the play has come to an end. Okay? So in this play, through Neil and his mom, through these two characters, we explored the life of human beings. What the life of human beings in today's time is, and what kind of life we have lived in the past. And when we talk about the past, we did not talk only about the immediate past, that is the 1950s, but we went back and back and back, and we went to the 1800s and the 1500s and even to the 100th Christian era. Okay, and then we saw how difficult their lives were, how they used to struggle to make a living, how they used to struggle to find shelter, clothing, etc. So Neil's mother tries to convince him that he has to work a little bit more. But is Neil convinced? I do not think so. Because at the end of the day, instead of being thankful that he has got such a convenient and easy and luxurious life, Neil still wants a robot. So somewhere or the other, children, this lesson also makes you think as to how we are becoming a generation which is going from lazy to lazier to laziest. Okay, and remember, during the beginning of the lesson we discussed whether we will see whether this drama is based on fiction or whether it is based on fact. So what do you think? What is this drama based on? Is it fact or is it fiction? So let me tell you my opinion. I feel that this drama is based on part fact and part fiction. So Neil and his mom are a kind of a fictional character, but whatever they have talked about in this particular lesson, it is all reality. It is all a fact. In fact, people had these kind of lives in the past. Okay, children, so that was the story of this particular lesson 2.6, the past in the present. So we tried to get into a time machine and we tried to explore the lives of people who were living in the past. Now in the next part of this lesson, children, we will try and do some grammar from this.
So children, wasn't that a wonderful video? And did you enjoy watching it? So if you want to watch more such videos in future, then please like this video and also subscribe to our channel, the MCGM Portal for Education, and also hit the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video here. Thank you so much for now. Let's meet again soon.